Yeah, before we get into the video, just a quick word. Why 12A? Well, some of you more aware guys may have noticed I seem to have missed out chapter 11. So I'm kind of slowing down the pace a little bit. So I've gone from chapter 10 to chapter 12, 12A. Next one will be 13, I promise. Or should I do 13? This was a good anchor yesterday. It was perfectly calm and flat. And then about 3 o'clock this morning, the waves started to come in. And it's just been relentless. It's like sitting in a bloody washing machine. I don't know whether I'm going to move or not, because I'm not entirely sure there's any other worthy protection available just around here. I might just go straight to Penzance today. I might hang around here and put up with it for another day. I'll go to the pub, sit somewhere. Sit somewhere that doesn't move. I'll be moving. I'll still be my sister will be doing this all the time. But the good thing is that the boat hasn't moved on its anchor. Well, obviously it's swung around the anchor, but it hasn't actually. The anchor hasn't moved, so that's been quite inspiring. The fact that it kind of works in these kind of conditions. There's about a metre swell. And when the boat goes side on, it really chucks it around. It's been quite entertaining. Sometimes you just want to say, oh, for crying out loud, just stop. And you stick things on the surfaces and they're sliding back and forth like this. It's quite entertaining in a very frustrating and very, very exhausting kind of way. Yeah. Yeah, this is sailing. This is the other side of sailing. Yeah, there's another boat here as well. Been for exactly the same that I've been through overnight. But the sun's out. That's the nice thing about it. The sun is out. I don't think this is likely to calm down anytime soon. The wind is shifting again. The wind has come straight into this. Yeah, we're side on again. The wind has come straight into this little cove. But now it's shifting and it's going behind these cliffs. So I don't know what that means as far as the swell is concerned. Will the swell settle down within the next couple of hours? I've absolutely no idea. And I'm just trying to decide whether I should move on and go to Penzance and moor in the harbour there. Sorry, anchor in the harbour. But by the time I get to Penzance, the swell's kind of coming into Penzance again by tomorrow evening, so there won't be much shelter there. But I'm also just kind of looking where I'm moving on. Either go to St Mary's in the Scilly Isles. Though the wind is going to be picking up again this weekend. It's really not great kind of anchoring weather this season. It's not been a great summer as far as sunshine is concerned. Anyway, I'm waffling. This is where you trust in the compass and instinct. Complete and utter whiteout. So probably, I don't know, what, 50 to 100 metres? Less than that maybe now. It's closing in, just bit by bit. probably been in this fog for maybe 40-50 minutes now. And you know, it's completely and utterly disorientating. When you look around, you're just met with this white wall of mist. There's no reference points, no nothing. And it makes me wonder, in the old days, before all the digital sort of electronical wizardry, how the old guys with their tall ships managed to sail through stuff like this. How did they maintain a certain direction when they had no reference point? I mean, maybe it was simple to them. You know, maybe there's a simple answer, but I don't know what it is. And I look around here, it literally is just a white wall, just continuous. It's almost like you're in sort of the eye of a quiet storm. It's quite peculiar, really quite peculiar. At the moment, I mean, I've got probably, I don't know, 150 meters of visibility, so it's, you know, perfectly adequate to sort of see anything coming. I've seen one fishing vessel come, plenty of time, so it's there's no issues. It's just quite disorienting. It's quite bizarre being in this, quite surreal, and it's kind of quite I don't know, quite calming as well. 20-30 meters now of visibility. Interesting experience. I got my foghorn out, and what's it? Still heading at 200 degrees. Yeah, we've got to get the windscreen wipers out. Gotta love sailing. Good sailing today. Nice breeze, 16, 17 knots. It's very close haul, as it always is across the south coast at the moment. But it's nice. I'm really enjoying this. Well, it's 20 past 5 on Thursday, and I just been to Newlyn, Penzance, but the rollers are just hitting all areas. Not particularly high ones, half a metre, but it's enough to make it really uncomfortable. Same as last night, I was really uncomfortable. So I'm hoping this little anchorage over here is going to be my saviour. I'll show you it now, hang on. St Michael's Mount, and there's a little kind of harbour just down on the left hand side. I won't go in there, but there's a little anchorage where there's just a little bit of manoeuvrability with the depth, so I'm hoping that's going to offer me just enough to get a bit of peace and quiet tonight. I can't say it's been the most exciting day of sailing. It's actually been quite frustrating. A lot of motor sailing again, mostly because the wind is just not helping me in the direction I want to go, and it's either on my nose, or today it was actually right up my arse, and it's a complete switch, and it was which is kind of great if it's a decent strength, you know, but it wasn't. It was about 3, 4, 5, 6 knots. Which was very, very frustrating. And on the nose, it was going up to 17, 18, although some of it was quite close haul. So I did get some sailing in, and the mist was great fun. That was quite an experience, really, quite surreal and quite chilling in many, many ways. And I got some good sailing in that, but again, the wind died actually in the mist, which I think is fairly normal. No, ignore that last comment. You know, you get wind in fog, mist, and all that kind of stuff. It makes no difference. Anyway, I'm here. Actually, a nice little location for anchorage. It's taken me 2 hours to find an anchorage. I got into sort of Penzance Bay area, and I was just looking at the wind, and the swell was coming right onto the beach where I wanted to anchor in 2 different locations or 3 different locations. So I ruled those out. I went over to Michael's Mount. It's a huge, big concrete rock, not concrete. I don't know why I said concrete. It's a huge big rock with a monastery on top or something. And I was looking for a little bit of shelter there, but of course, sod's law, the wind changes quite significantly tonight, which would have pushed me straight onto the mount. So I ruled that out and came back and tested one of the sites near the beach, which was okay. And then I found this little place. This is Mousehole, which is actually, on paper, looks like Mouse Hole, but they say Mousehole if you're not familiar with it. And it's not too bad. I mean, the weather has just been a real mix today. The mist, heavy mist, light mist, times when I feel like I'm in the eye of a quiet hurricane, which is amazing, and then sunshine, and then lack of wind. And now I've got sort of drizzly rain, which is more low cloud really. But anyway, I'm in this location here. This is probably the best anchorage I could find based on the swell of the water, the sea, and also the anticipated wind, which is going to be changing later on. So I'm hoping this is going to be reasonably calm for me. So, learning curves. Sailing is, it's always a mixed bag. Mixed bag of fortunes. And today was, it was fun. It was fun, but it's just not enough sailing that I want to do, you know. I'm starting to really enjoy sort of hitting those 17, 18, 20 knot winds and swelling seas. So, but I'm also slightly concerned about the rigging's capabilities, so I'm trying to be careful with that. But I'm actually enjoying that more vigorous sailing rather than this quiet, chilled out stuff. So, who knows? Who knows what will happen? Maybe when I get to Scotland and I decide to get some new rigging, I shall start doing Eric Andera sailing. Who I've no idea. You know, I think he's an amazing sailor. He's clearly very, very experienced, and I'm not, so I wouldn't try and do half the stuff he does. But his sailing is inspirational, and he does some extraordinary things. But equally, again, my boat's not set up to do what he does. I don't have the navigation kit, nor do I have the self-steering kit. I've just got a locking helm system. My Ray Marine autopilot just seems to be not functioning very well. So again, that's another winter job. So I'm mostly relying on just hand steering and locking the helm, which can be a bit frustrating, particularly in the rollers today. The rollers were sort of hitting the boat at 45 degrees, so it's constantly turning the boat. So I was having to be on my ball all the time. But that's sailing, isn't it? That's the way it rolls. Get good days and not good days. But it would be nice to have a little bit of sunshine and a little bit of wind as well. We'll see.